Hey everyone! In this month's update, I'm going to hit some of the feedback we've seen following the Community Direct. How we're bringing new items to the Outpost stores, share an update on game health with a focus on content creation, and talk about an upcoming game health bash, and then finish with an experiment we've got coming in Season 20. So, before we jump into anything else, I just want to talk about our upcoming Season 20 that's arriving in June. We saw a fair amount of confusion and even some further speculation on the exact contents of Season 20 following the Community Direct. And on reflection, I don't think we were clear enough about what the season specifically will contain, and why we've made the decisions that we did here. To be clear, Season 20 is all going to be about custom seas. We've ditched the act structure, and the team are focused on landing a great creative toolset at launch, ensuring it's stable at scale, and then switch into listening mode and start working with your feedback. Alongside custom seas, Season 20 will operate a live calendar of returning events like Last Ship Standing and Bilge Rats Weekenders, while also introducing the evolved season pass we shared during the Direct. While I'd love to sit here and tease that there's a surprise coming in the showcase, that's not our plan, and I want to be clear on why. We've talked at length about how as a team we've spread ourselves way too thin, tried to deliver too much too quickly, let storylines fade, and failed to hit the mark. There you go, I said it again. All while leaving behind experiences deserving of improvement as we've moved on. I stated earlier in the year that we're not going to continue like this and that things were going to change, and that starts here with Season 20. This next season, we're focusing all our efforts as a team on landing a great custom seas experience and delivering on that promise of a toolset to unlock your creativity. This, alongside the live events, season improvements, and game health, are a team-wide effort, and our focus here is on landing a quality experience. I know for a lot of you that's disappointing to hear, but we're not going to continue making commitments we can't keep, and we're not going to tease something only to not follow through. That's why our Direct focused on the here and now. But let me just be clear, the addition of new content into the sandbox is going to remain a key part of how we operate Sea of Thieves. And once we're through custom seas, we'll share more on the path ahead. But for now, I wanted to just be clear and honest about where we're focusing as a team. And then, before we move on, I want to be clear about something. As production director on Sea of Thieves, I am accountable for the production challenges that we face and the decisions that follow. The buck stops with me. As part of the leadership team, our job is to take responsibility when things aren't going well, and to make difficult calls when they're needed to get us heading in the right direction. I feel it's important for both our players and the team here at Rare to see us take responsibility when it's ours to own. Right, let's move on. Next, let's talk about cosmetics. We shared during the Community Direct our intent to begin addressing the imbalance between the Pirate Emporium and the Outpost stores. But we didn't get into any specifics, so let's do that here. April's update will be the end of our current run and deliver the Midnight Prowler weapons and the final of our Resolute ship colours. In May, we then have a clothing set arriving in the stores, which brings together a few different existing themes into one great looking set. From June onwards, we then switch into a new rhythm, and the Outpost stores will receive new bespoke items each month that are not just recolours. The first new items arriving in the Outpost will be the new silver coin set, a clearly silver coloured set with a classic pirate design. The clothing, weapons and equipment will arrive in the Outpost across Season 20, while the ship items will arrive in the black market. There's a lot of great changes being made here in the cosmetic space over the next few months, with the return of the black market, the evolution of the season pass, and now Outpost stores getting a more consistent rhythm of new items, all providing players with new things to reward their accomplishments on the seas. On the game health side, back in March, we had another big streamer set sail on seas for the first time, and unfortunately, things didn't go well. In response, we've kicked off work to improve and secure parts of the experience to better protect our content creators. Our existing in-game tools to help creators protect their identity were spread through the settings menus. These will now all be consolidated into one menu and enabled more easily with a single button press. While surfacing gamer tags within the front-end menu is a hard requirement, we're going to explore ways we can help players better hide their information here. And then behind the scenes, we're investing time in further securing our servers and areas where player information may be visible from outside the game. We want to ensure that all players feel safe creating content while on the seas, and improving the areas I've shared here, alongside our other ongoing work in anti-cheat and game security, will make a big difference for future creators who set sail with us. Next up, as the game health team have been mostly tied up with landing our hourglass improvements recently, we felt it's time to do a bit of a game health bash. The team will be investing time in tackling a few key areas over the next few months. Long-standing bugs like the mast bug, merchant supplies, and disappearing resources. Improvements to some frustrating commendations like merchant cargo and miles sailed. And then fixes to some common AI issues to both land and sea encounters, and some tuning to bonecaller skeletons. There's some gnarly issues here, so no timescales on these fixes yet, but we'll share more when these reach insiders. And then finally, I wanted to share a little experiment we're going to be running. Hold on. There we go. So in recent videos, we've shared updates on the work we've been doing to make our servers feel more alive by increasing player sightings on the seas. We know that the introduction of diving has fundamentally changed how crews play during their session, and while there's positives to having experiences on demand, it's also clear it's had an impact on the health of the sandbox. We've also seen pretty consistent feedback about how raid voyages often result in underwhelming rewards for crews who contest them, given players can't see the type of encounter before they complete it. So, in Season 20, we're going to be running an experiment. When the season launches, all on-demand raid voyages will be removed from the quest table. This means that any world event you see on the horizon is guaranteed to be an emergent one and has the highest rewards on offer should you contest it. Combined with this, all world events during the season will have the chance to reward a chest of fortune, making every event worth your time. Now, this is an experiment. This might go great and we see world events light up again with crews fighting over them. Or we might see players miss the on-demand experiences they've had at their fingertips. Either way, we're going to learn a lot here, and I feel confident that running experiments like these in the live game will help us test out different scenarios and get a clearer picture of where we should commit to more permanent changes in the future. At a broader level, the recent migration improvements and now this experiment with raid voyages are part of a deeper look into the health of the sandbox. We're committed to improving the experience and bringing the sandbox back to its best. And if that means making bigger changes to get there, we're prepared to make them. Right, let's call it there. Catch you all next time.